So there are 4 things you absolutely have to get right if you want to have a super successful launch, webinar, evergreen campaign. No matter what it is, these are the 4 things you need to do. And welcome to my secret headquarters. This is where we do our live streams from. And this is my campaign design room where I sit down with my team around this table and we plan out our launches. So let's get to those 4 things. So first off, you have your offer. And really when we talk about offer, there's really like 2 different things we're talking about. And the first is the promise. How are you going to change your your avatar? How are you going to change their life with your product or service? How are you going to reduce pain in their life or increase pleasure? So the promise is absolutely critical. And then there's the deliverables. What are you actually going to give them? Is it going to be a coaching program? Is it going to be an online course? Is it going to be a membership site? Now, of these 2, my students will know the most important by far is the promise or the transformation, how you're going to change someone's life. The next one is the hook. Another way to think of this is the big idea. So what is the hook that's going to pull people into your marketing? These days, we're in a more crowded market than we've ever been. No matter what you're selling, no matter what your niche, it's more crowded, there's more noise, there's more competition. So you need to have a hook that pulls people into your marketing. There's a hook for your overall offer, but even before that, you need to hook people on your marketing so you can give them the message. Then that leads into the pre-launch. So if you've been in my world, you know I'm all about launches. And the pre-launch where you're delivering value, in that pre-launch, you're telling the story of your future client's transformation. So you have someone who's a prospect and you want to turn them into a client or a customer. You're telling the story of their future life, of their future success, whether you're teaching meditation or how to play tennis. So here's a key thing. Well, I'll get to that super key thing that people don't tend to think about. But then we have the open cart. So back in the old days, when I first started teaching the product launch formula, the pre-launch was the star of the show. And the open cart was very, very simple back then. These days, especially post-pandemic, the open cart really has become the star of the show. So you need an entire sequence here. So this is a sequence with usually 3 pieces of content. Open cart is usually 5 to 7 days, and you're delivering a real experience as people go through the open cart. Now here is the thing that a lot of people miss. You have a hook for your offer, but you also need to have a hook for your pre-launch. You need to have a reason for them to show up that is beyond your offer. The hook is like, why should they be here just for all of your marketing? And then you need a hook for them to show up during the open cart. And a real key here is you have to be really careful with the open cart that you don't give people a reason to not buy yet. So if your open cart is 5 days long, you have to create urgency for them to act on day 1. They don't know there's all this extra stuff coming because if you promise extra stuff during the open cart, they're just going to say, well, I might want to buy this, but I'm going to wait till I get all this extra stuff. So you have to be super careful not to shoot yourself in the foot by giving people a reason to not buy yet, to postpone that decision. So I have a super cool workshop coming up. So like I said, this is my campaign design room. And I have this event, my code name, it's not going to be my public face name, I don't think, is Advanced Campaign Design. And I'm going to sit around this table. Right now, we've got 8 chairs set for this, but we actually will have 10 spots in this workshop. And I'm going to be at the head of the table there. The 2 geniuses on my team that help me design my campaigns are going to be right here. And then our 5 lucky participants, 5 on this side, 5 on that side. We're going to have 10 people, and we're actually going to walk through and design your launch, your webinar, your evergreen campaign, whatever it is. We're actually going to walk through and design it with you. We're going to design it with you. Everyone's going to have their own flip chart. They're going to be small. You're not going to get the super giant fancy flip chart there because we're just not going to have enough room for that. But everyone's going to get their own flip chart. We're going to walk through those 4 phases, those 4 keys for every single person here. And over the span of 3 days, we're going to walk shoulder to shoulder with you. We're going to rub elbows with you, and we're going to design your launch. And then on the last day, we're actually going to go through everyone's launch and share them and learn from each other. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's coming up soon. It's in the middle of June. It's going to be here at my secret headquarters. I've got spots at this table. It's set for 8 right now, but we'll actually set it for 10, and it's going to be awesome. Get those 4 things right in your launch. The hook, the offer, the pre-launch, the open cart, you get those 4 right and you're going to have a winning launch. So again, I'm Jeff Walker. Scroll down, leave a comment for me. If you want to be here with me for advanced campaign design, I don't even have any call to action here because it's so limited, but send me a message, DM me, write to my team or whatever, and we'll get you on the notification list. It's going to be an application process. It's going to be awesome. And let's go get it this week.